Welcome to the Texas Conflict Coach radio program. If you've ever experienced or engaged in destructive or unresolved conflict, then you know it leads to broken relationships, distrust, and damaging results. Our program will help you manage and resolve conflict effectively with strategies, valuable resources, and support. Since 2009, our radio program hosted guest experts from around the globe sharing their perspectives, experiences, and expertise while giving you food for thought. If you can't listen live, then download and listen to any of our 300-plus podcasts in our library at texasconflictcoach.com. So sit back, relax, or join the conversation every Tuesday evening, or tweet us at TXConflictCoach.
Well, welcome, everyone. This is Zina Zumeta, your guest host for today. As part of our Back to School series, our program today is on the National Crime Prevention Council initiatives to educate children and adults to help them be safe from crime. Their initiatives include the McGruff Club curriculum for children ages 6 to 10, which provides prevention and safety education. When the Going Gets Scruff is a newly developed animated 3-minute DVD for children ages 5 to 8 to help them handle bullying situations. The Circle of Respect is designed to encourage respect and consideration for others. Voices, a component of Circle of Respect, is geared to high school youth and is designed to allow teens to express themselves through poetry, rap, song, and art, all original works, as it relates to their personal efforts to have a safe and happy lifestyle. Joining me is Marcia Ellis. Marcia serves the National Crime Prevention Council as the Program Manager for Children and Youth Initiatives. She has extensive experience in developing and implementing programs for youth and adults which address leadership development, program evaluation, and community outreach, to name a few. At NCPC, she collaborates in the organization's mission to help families and communities keep themselves safe from crime. Welcome to the program, Marcia.
Thank you, Zina. Thanks for inviting me.
So can we start with you telling us what is NCPC and what are its youth programs?
Well, the National Crime Prevention Council has been in existence since 1982, and our mission is to be a leader in helping people keep themselves, their families, their communities safe from crime. So with that respect, for over 30 years, we've been involved in developing programs and resources, materials, curriculum for teachers, for community organizations, information for parents to help children, youth, and for the adults themselves to understand ways that they can keep themselves and their communities safe. So in regards to children and youth, one focus that we have right now is on bullying and cyberbullying and how to recognize it, what it is, how we can work as a community to reduce those incidences and prevent them from happening, how we can get youngsters to understand what bullying and cyberbullying are and hope that they do not engage in those activities, and what they can do if they see those kinds of things taking place.
And those things are so important these days. Yeah, so that's great.
They really are, and sometimes, a lot of times, youngsters and sometimes their parents don't know how harmful bullying and cyberbullying can be to a young person's development, and that it really does impact an entire community.
Right. Well, can you talk a little bit about the Circle of Respect? I've been really interested in that particular program.
Sure. That's an initiative that was developed a few years ago, and the emphasis is to help communities, help people understand that bullying and harassment are unacceptable behaviors. We want to engage the public to join with individuals and organizations to help raise awareness about bullying and to develop a collective voice that will help strengthen bullying and cyberbullying prevention on behalf of children and teens across the country. I mean, it's about having an understanding of oneself and how not only do you want to be treated, but transferring that well treatment to others and respecting each other's difference of opinions or difference in backgrounds, but having general respect for other people and asking for the same respect back.
And why is it called a circle?
Because the way I can best explain it is to use a familiar phrase, what goes around comes back around.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
If you give love, it will come back to you. If you give respect, it will come back to you. If you give understanding, it will come back to you. That kind of thing. And everything evolves in a circle. That's
so
the circle of respect.
Are people actually taught how to speak respectfully? Is that part of it?
Well, it is, and through some of the other programs that we have, two curricula that I can think of off the top of my head right now. One is the McGruff Club, a curricula for elementary kids, 1st through 4th grade, and traveling through the continuum of growth, there's the Community Works program for middle and high school students. In both those programs, youngsters, children, and youth are provided with lessons on a variety of topics, and those topics are all about how to treat one another, how to treat your community, how to have respect for your community, how to recognize when something's wrong, and that you as a child or teenager has some power within you to help make things better. Don't make it worse, you can make it better. And those McGruff Club curriculum and the Community Works program can be used in either a classroom or in an after-school program. And one of the components, there's several components that I like, but one that I particularly like about both of those is that the children and the youth have an opportunity to do service learning within the community. They may talk about a particular topic, but then they may also go out and interact with, maybe the younger kids might interact with the school administrators and maybe interviewing them, and maybe perhaps a firefighter or a police officer may come into the classroom, or a business owner might come into the classroom and interact with the kids and talk about some of their issues that they see and how they see young people affecting how the community works, so that the children develop a broader perspective of their community and certainly come to appreciate what goes on in the community. And a clearer example I'll use, one of the lessons in the Community Works program has to do with vandalism. So some youngsters may think that it's fun, that it's art to put their taglines on the side of buildings, but when they do that, when people see that either indicates that there's gang activity in the neighborhood, or if they put those drawings on someone else's property, they're destroying that person's property, and someone has to go in and generally clean it up. Sometimes it's taxpayers' dollars that's cleaning that up. Well, that has an impact. That has residual effects all the way through, because those taxpayer dollars, for instance, could be used for something else, could be used for after-school programs, for instance. Those kinds of things that get young people talking about what's going on in the community. And certainly in both those programs, McGruff Club curriculum and Community Works, there are lessons about bullying. And bullying translates through a lot of different things within our community. And it goes back to the circle of respect.
Wow. So the Community Works, I mean, that's really amazing to me that young people really are connected to communities, because I think it's so hard to get young people connected that way anymore with people sitting and looking at computers and looking at their video games and things.
Exactly. So we try to. So the Community Works was developed before this onslaught of the iPads and all the other stuff that keep people's heads down, but it's still a very appropriate approach now to get young people interacting with one another in a face-to-face way, get them interacting with each other from first grade all the way through, to talk with each other, understand be able to express their thoughts and feelings, understand how to talk and interact with one another without necessarily hurting each other's feelings, but respecting that someone's going to have a different opinion than you are, and how do we all fit into the community?
That just seems important.
Yeah,
so important.
How do we all work together to make things work?
Right. Well, and then the McGruff Club, so are these things that a school would sign up for? Are these things that are available to any school?
McGruff Club curriculum is available at no cost. I tried today to put it on the website, and I failed, but I will have it on the website by the end of this week. It is a free curriculum for 1st through 4th grade. If someone would like to have it in the DVD format, they can call me, contact me, and we can send it to them.
That's great. And your contact information, just to remind people, we're going to be giving it at the end of the program, but it's also on the Conflict Coach, Texas Conflict Coach blog radio program website as well. So that's great.
Good. And while we're talking about McGruff Club curriculum, I just want to mention, and I don't know if I'm jumping through your outline too fast, Zena, but the newly created DVD, When the Going Gets Scruff, was just released last week. We just finished it.
Oh, wonderful.
Released it last week, and that is a animated DVD designed for children ages 5 to 8, 5 to 9, and it features McGruff the crime dog and his nephew Pup Scruff. It's a short story about with McGruff providing advice to Scruff about how to handle bullying situations at school.
Wonderful.
It's an interactive DVD because at one point in the DVD, the children can select one of 3 options about how to respond to a person who's bullying them. And with each selection, McGruff will say, well, okay, if you do that, such and such will happen. If you do that, this could happen. But this is of the 3, that's the best. This is the best choice. So it's a very good way to get children that young starting to talk about what bullying is, how it makes someone else feel, and what they can do about it. It also addresses the friends, the bystanders, who are observing the bullying activity, because there are things that the bystander can do as well to help reduce incidences of bullying.
And is this the one that is called the Going Gets Scruff. Is that the one?
When the Going Gets Scruff, that's correct.
When the Going Gets Scruff. Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah. And for parents and teachers, there is a set of discussion questions that were developed along with the DVD, with the video. They're designed just to help adults start a conversation with the kids.
Wonderful.
So that they're not just watching the video. Okay, so you've seen it. So let's what did you think? How was Scruff being bullied? What did McGruff say that he should do? You know, those kinds of things. Start talking, and I think that is one of the messages that we want to get to adults. To be sure that they talk to kids and find out what they're feeling, what they're thinking. What the climate at school is like, for instance, what the climate at soccer or baseball practice is like, that kind of thing.
Well, I think that's wonderful because it's so hard for parents to find out, you know, what's going on in a kid's life and what the kid is worried about.
Absolutely. And sometimes children don't know how to speak up. Too often, I think a child might think, well, if I speak up, if I say something, I'm just being a tattletale. Or if I speak up, no one's going to believe me. And both those incidences are not true. Children need to hear from adults that if someone is being hurt, it's okay to tell an adult that someone is being hurt. That's not tattling. That's not telling. They just need to let someone know so that person who is being hurt can get help.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So let me remind people just for a second here that we are that you are listening to the Texas Conflict Coach Blog Talk radio program, and we're talking about National Crime Prevention Council initiatives to educate children and adults to help them be safe from crime with Marcia Ellis, who's the program manager for Children and Youth Initiatives. And Marcia, you were talking about the When the Going Gets Scruff DVD.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so it's a very lighthearted way to get the younger children involved in the conversation. I've heard that some teens and tweens have seen the animated DVD as well, and they enjoyed it. It was made for the younger kids, but if the teens and tweens want to see it, let them see it and let them be involved in the discussion as well.
It sounds so delightful. It sounds like it's beautifully done.
Yeah, it was a lot of thought went into it.
That's great. Well, could I ask you a little bit about another program called Voices that's more for high school age children?
Sure. And actually, Voices is a component of the Circle of Respect program. What Voices is it'll be an opportunity for teenagers, high school kids mostly, to express themselves creatively through poetry, song, rap, short stories, that kind of, and through artwork as well, to talk about whatever's going on in their lives, good or bad. If they're happy, we'd like to see that. If they're struggling with something, express themselves. We're going to offer that we can publish these on a digital magazine that we anticipate in the spring.
Wow.
In January, our plan is to inform teachers and community organization leaders and others who work with high school kids on how youth can submit their work for this for Voices and particularly for the digital magazine. There will be guidelines for the digital magazine, of course, and we're in the process of developing those guidelines and developing how and who will review them and things like that. But it will certainly be a way for teenagers to be expressive and show their creativity.
And that's so important for teenagers, isn't it? To have
really
that kind of outlet.
They have so much that they keep inside, and oftentimes the best way for them to indicate what's going on is through their creative works. So we're going to give them that opportunity. We're going to give them that stage, if you will, and I think that this will be a really awesome venue to showcase some of their artwork. And if the teenager who submits their work does not want his or her name revealed, and we'll have a way to keep that private. But when they submit it to us, obviously we'll need to know that it's coming from a teenager and not somebody who's posing as a teenager.
Oh, that's a really good point. Now, is this also in groups at the school level, or how is this program? How does a teenager access this program?
Well, one of the ways that we will get the word out to teenagers is to notify high school teachers, language arts teachers, art teachers, maybe social studies teachers, but I recognize that not every teenager is in those programs. So perhaps I'm also looking into finding a homeschool network. However I find it, I'm not quite sure yet, but a homeschool network, community organizations who work with teenagers. I was talking last week with people in the CASA program, the court-appointed special advocate, so I will let them know. So whoever works with and has regular interaction with youth will be a part of this network that I want to notify to inform the teenagers about this digital magazine.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds like that in addition to the digital magazine, that there's also programs for them to put on their own poetry and rap, not just to put it in the magazine. Is that true?
It will. I haven't developed it further than the digital magazine just yet. But Voices encompasses the digital magazine, and however we move it from the digital magazine to other venues, it's still in development.
So this is really just brand new. I hadn't realized that.
Yes, but I wanted to take the opportunity to let people know that by January, February, we will be ready to invite submissions from teenagers on their artwork, their creative work.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. So really, your job has been developing all of these things.
I've been a part of it. Some of these things were in development before I started there, but because sometimes things take a little bit of time to get off the ground, but it's coming into fruition in these last few months.
Boy, that is just so exciting. Well, I did want to give you some time to talk about Crime Prevention Month also. Yes.
That's an annual event for National Crime Prevention Council, and this year the theme primarily will focus on financial fraud and
identity theft, things like that.
Identity theft, right? But there's a week. There's a different theme each week, and the third week is about safe schools. Mm-hmm. So there will be activities and resources that are put together that will be available on our website for parents, for teachers, for community organization leaders in and around safe schools and children. And but throughout the month of October, there are a variety of programs and resources that are being planned. So individual can log onto our website to see what resources are available to them.
Oh, that's great. Well,
and go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was saying I'm sorry, Zena.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I was looking for the themes for each of the weeks, and I'm forgetting what they are off the top of my head, but I know that the third week, Safe Schools.
Oh, yeah. Well, you were talking a little bit about all the things that are going up on your website and the things that you can order, and I have to just tell everybody that you have one of the most amazing websites. It is just so exciting. There's so much there. There's so many resources there. It's so interesting. And from what you've been saying today, it's just getting better and better all the time. So I'm really impressed.
It is quite a bit of information. And, we've been around for more than 30 years, so we've been developing a lot of these materials and resources in that time. And it's timeless resources and information.
Yes.
So we add to it, and we may edit some things, but there's a lot of resources there for people, and we just ask that they just surf through everything and look at everything and just continue to go back. And there's resources for teachers, resources for parents. There are things for kids. There are things for school resource officers and law enforcement, so a variety of things. And while I mention, there's an interactive website just for kids called McGruff.org. I don't know if I had sent you that previously, but it's www.mcgruff.org, O-R-G. And there are games and tools and things like that for children to help them, additional things to help them learn about safety and being respectful and understanding what bullying is and how to handle themselves in situations.
Gee, that's wonderful. And I know that that we had talked about what if parents wanted to take the next step, if they wanted to do any follow-up, what they might do. And you had mentioned about internet monitoring programs.
Yes. There is a program that one of our licensed partners has available for everyone, and it's through the McGruff Safeguard, or it's called McGruff Safeguard. Now, that program is available at www.gomcgruff.org. It is very similar to some of the other programs that you pay goo gobs of money for. This one, gomcgruff.org, a parent can try it out for at no cost for a month. It does the same programs monitoring what your child does on the computer. It can block certain websites. You can tune in and observe what's going on that your child is doing on the computer, whether it's from home or from your office or whatever. And it's a very good program. It's worth it to check that out. So gomcgruff.org.
Well, that's wonderful. So as we close, I'm wondering if you have a final message that you would want to leave with listeners.
Well, it's important for, I think now more than ever, talk to kids, talk to your children, talk to teenagers, and ask them what's going on. Pay attention to any changes that may be taking place with them, and let them know that you're there to talk with them, that you're interested in knowing what's going on with them, and be persistent. Be persistent. Ask them to be respectful to each other and to be kind.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, Marcia, thank you.
And in the words of McGruff, take a bite out of crime.
That's wonderful. Marcia, this has just been wonderful. I want to just mention again the web pages that you've mentioned, the www.ncpc.org, the www.mcgruff.org, the www.gomcgruff.org. TexasConflictCoach.org. They really are worthwhile to explore. And I understand that there is a general mailbox through the websites if they wanted to contact the organization. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Oh, great.
Mm-hmm. So we'd love to hear from you.
Oh, good. Well, thank you so much. And we've really enjoyed the program and having you talk about all of these exciting initiatives today. Thank you.
Thank you, Zena. Appreciate it. Thank you all.
Thank you for listening to the Texas Conflict Coach. We hope you've enjoyed the program. You can find over 300 podcasts archived to listen at your own convenience at TexasConflictCoach.com or download the podcast at iTunes or Stitcher Radio. To learn about upcoming radio programs and resources, sign up for our monthly e-newsletter.